Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Michael Turner, yet again coming with another video. This time I'm gonna discuss Timothy Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao too. Okay, now everybody knows what happened in part in the first fight. A lot of people saw Pacquiao winning all 12 rounds, and some people looked at it and saw Tim Bradley being very effective with certain things. Me, I'll be honest with you. When I first watched the fight, I saw it 9-3 Pacquiao. That was how I took it. Then after rewatching the fight, I saw how I saw how people made it said it was closer. So then I changed my stance. It went from 9-3, so I said 7-5. But I mean, in anybody's book, I feel Pacquiao won that fight. But it was close, so you can't be too upset. It's just one of those things. You shouldn't leave it in the judge's hands. It's, that's just plain and simple. Okay. Now in his second fight, it's a couple of things I'm trying to couple of things I'm trying to see about this fight. Okay, in the case with Pacquiao, something Tim Bradley keeps saying, and it keeps catching my attention because Bradley keeps saying Pacquiao lost his killer instinct. His killer instinct is gone, and he'll never get it back. Now, with me watching the Brandon Rios fight, now Pacquiao looked aggressive and he did things and he used his speed and he used his his punches and all his punches from the different angles and was hitting Rios. But no disrespect to Rios, but Rios was basically something like a punching bag. But also in that fight, like Manny looked a little, he looked hesitant at times to me. He didn't look like the normal Pacquiao. Don't get me wrong, he clearly dominated that fight, but Brandon Rios was picked to make him look good, and that's just plain and simple. Now on the other hand with Bradley, now Bradley went from getting the decision a lot of people feel he didn't deserve over Pacquiao to go on to fight Ruslan Provodnikov. And in that fight, he felt he had to prove himself, and he sat and he took a lot of damage that he shouldn't have took. But I like how he came back and responded in the Marquez fight. In the Marquez fight, he boxed smart. He was smart, intelligent, and he used his jab, his speed. Hey, he set Marquez up well. Don't get me wrong. Now Marquez landed more power shots, which a lot of people argue and say, well, how did he win the fight if Marquez was landing the more authoritative shots? That's something else up for debate, but that's not what I'm here to discuss today. Okay, now in this fight, I'm wondering. Okay, I'm wondering how Bradley's gonna come. How is he gonna come into this fight from a offensive standpoint? Is he gonna come trying to fight the same fight he fought last time, or is he gonna come more aggressive? Me honestly, I think he needs to box and move around, similar to how when he fought Carlos Abreu. Don't I'm not saying Pacquiao is Carlos Abreu. I'm just saying that's a good way for him to fight this fight. Also, another thing, now Pacquiao has to work on cutting off the ring. If he does not work on cutting off the ring, he's gonna have a long night. Yes, Pacquiao's fast and he got the crazy angles and he can be standing here and punch you there and all that stuff. But like Muhammad Ali said, your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. So Pacquiao has to be he has to use his jab to get into Bradley, touch Bradley, touch him to the body, hit him in his chest, just touch him, and then what he also has to do when Bradley is resetting, he has Pacquiao shouldn't sit there and let Bradley just reset and move and use his lateral movement to get away. Don't do that. When he gets up on his toes, Pacquiao needs to press. Don't press stupidly, but press him. And when he presses, shoot the right jab to the body, and then come up top with the left. You ain't gonna land it all night, but Pacquiao he has the type of power. If he catches Bradley, he can hurt Bradley. But like you say, the big if is if he can catch Bradley. Okay. Also in this fight, I mean, uh, I don't like having to be the bearer of bad news, but I want to know who's the ref and who are the judges, because nowadays in boxing you get some of these judges and they the fight can be clear as day and the judge will be like, okay, this guy won 116 to 112 and the other guy probably only won one round, but you didn't gave him eight or nine rounds over somebody. The judges they kind of screw things up sometimes. That's why I support I support the, if you don't have to go to a decision, don't go to a decision. But in this fight, it's going to come down to Pacquiao's killer instinct. If he still has his killer instinct, and if he can get in there and touch Bradley and touch him early and often, and make Bradley think, then I can see Pacquiao running away probably to a wide decision win. But if Pacquiao has to deal with the same Bradley that Marquez is just dealing with, Pacquiao he gonna have a rough night. And since they last fight, Bradley has evolved dramatically. Because in the Marquez fight, I'll be honest, I expected Marquez to knock him out. And after watching what Bradley was doing, I'm like, okay, you know what? No, Marquez ain't gonna get a knockout. But in this case, Pacquiao, he has the ultimate equally. He has the power, the speed, and those crazy angles. He just has to be effective with what he's doing. That southpaw jab is going to help him out tremendously in this fight. That's one of the main keys. He has to jab before he does anything. I'm not saying he has to jab. He doesn't have to jab like Arizlandi Lara or Tommy Hearns type. He doesn't have to jab like them, but just he as long as he uses the jab to set up his offense, Pacquiao should be okay in this fight. Okay, how I'm looking at it early on in this, I feel okay. As of now, I'm still up in the air on this fight. I Because my head is telling me Pacquiao should win by close decision, like seven rounds to five. And but for some reason I got the other side of my head telling me Bradley can possibly pull it off. So it's one of those interesting fights that we as boxing fans we're gonna get to enjoy watching these two great boxers go in the ring and put it all on the line. So basically, if you put a gun to my head, I say, like I said, man, I'm really up in the air. I'm really up in the air on this fight, y'all. All right, you two. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to our network, Clocks of Boxing Talk, and you can also follow us on Facebook. I mean, you can like us on Facebook at Colossal Boxing Talk. This is Michael Turner. I'm out. Take it easy.